Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to explore just using bubble wrap to create some texture in your, maybe it's in your background of your painting, or maybe you just want to build off of this as part of a design, or just add texture or anything really. So it's fun to use different weird stuff that you have laying around to paint with, because sometimes we kind of we over control things, and when you use random things to just see what happens when you use it, you get these more organic, interesting things. So let's play. Now, a couple of ways you can apply the paint to something like a bubble wrap, or even like a saran wrap you can use. I like the bubble wrap because it's going to like automatically give you a lot of texture because it's so distorted already. With the saran wrap, you have to kind of fold it and create your own texture with it. So it's a little easier to use this, in my opinion. But what I'm going to do is use some of this pretty like rosy pink color. So I just have a little bit of black mixed into my red. You know, a little bit of blue as well, which is giving me this like really fun shade of purple. It doesn't matter what color you use, but then you can just apply it to your bubble wrap with a brush. And then you can go ahead and just take it onto your surface that you're painting with and just rub it on like that. So see, it almost feels like you're getting like footprints or something. It's so fun. Now you can apply this. See how I'm applying it until it gets completely faded out? And then you can add another complementary color. Maybe you want to add some blue, more blue shades. So I can add some white and blue to it. And you can just layer. Maybe I go to a different part of the bubble wrap. So you're using a little bit of a different section. So maybe it changes the way it looks a little bit. And you can even add different shades. So maybe I add some blue that has black mixed in on some parts of the bubble wrap, and other parts I don't. So maybe you change your shades as you add it to the surface that you're stamping with. So then it will give some variety when you stamp it on. And you can even just do that like right over the purple and create some more texture. So it's so much fun to do this. This is really great for mixed media or abstract stuff. Or even what I saw someone use this for was to make honeycomb, like a bear painting with like a honeycomb look background, because it does have this like honeycomb pattern. So that's another fun idea that you can play with for this. But again, you can just dip it in the paint and then blot it on. But I find that gets a little bit too chunky. So see, if like I just dip it in there, it's almost like a little too much. So it cakes together and you lose the texture pattern. So as you're doing these methods, like I do prefer the brush on method, because it allows the shapes to be a little more pronounced, and you don't get such a soupy amount of paint where you're running into this kind of blobby situation and you don't see the pattern as clearly. But maybe you want that, so that's not necessarily wrong, but that's just one way you can use random stuff around the house to create some different texture in your backgrounds, or just as a fun way to add some additional layers to a mixed media piece or an abstract piece, or just as a therapeutic way to stamp some color on something and have fun with it. You could do all the colors of the rainbow. I mean, the possibilities are endless, and you get this fun pattern texture, and you can use anything. It doesn't have to just be bubble wrap. So hopefully that was a fun little tip, fun to see what happens, and I hope you try it and have fun with it. And thanks for watching. Have a beautiful day. Bye.